Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back. Hopefully 3 times in a row works out for us and works out for us well. So I'm excited to be back. Today is my squadron taking on TFS81. So 2 teams I have not seen fly in SATAL. Again, this is going to be done from a replay, but I don't pre-watch these replays. I trust that the teams are getting them put up. I do go through and fast forward to where they take off and stuff, and I do look at the tag feed to make sure to see where teams are taking off so we're not wasting too much time. But I don't watch these ahead of time, so what reactions that you guys are getting are as authentic as I can get them. So there's no difference in seeing these live. So again, my squadron against TFS81 coming at you, Gold League. Brawl, backroom, punch them in the face action coming at you on this Tuesday morning. So where do we go from here? Alpha Whiskey is typically putting up a video right now, but he ran a little bit behind due to real world stuff that's going on. We all know that DCS is a hobby and real world stuff has a tendency to get in the way sometimes. Well, that happened to Alpha today. So the video, the supercut, is a little bit delayed. We're going to see it at halftime between the matches. So be ready for that. He says it's a great one. I'm stoked for it. He's been doing an awesome job. So be ready for that. In the meantime, while I get things set up, we're going to send it to a fan video. I've got a random one synced up and ready to go. But get ready. Buckle up. My squadron, TFS81, coming at you. Even though that's not a fan video per se, that is one of my favorite videos of all time. It's just phenomenal how they're able to put those videos together, Heapler. I can't remember the guy. Is it Adrian that does those videos? But phenomenal job. And that the music and how everything fits together there is just awesome. That's one of my favorites going into that one. So again, my squadron, TFS81, Gold League matchup. I think we're going Sanaki against Mazdak, I think is our map today. So we're going to jump in, see what's going on. He did shrink the scoreboard a little bit, so hopefully it's not as in your face and in the way as it's been in the past. But we're going to jump in, see what's going on, and see what's everybody's flying. I think we got some F-14s. I think we got a flanker coming in today, so we got some differences, some different aircraft, lots of Hornets. But let's jump in, see how these guys are going to get on, and see who punches the other guy in the face first. Let's jump into DCS. Looks like I timed it perfectly as these guys are getting ready to take off. My squadron leading the way out of Sanaki with 2 F-18s, an F-14, and a flanker. Moody Rider and Dynasty taking up the rear. We haven't seen an F-14 yet this year in the 3 matches that we've aired. And we haven't seen a flanker either, so Moody Rider taking the flanker, which I think is really cool. Let's grab him. Both these teams are new to me coming into this stream, so I have no idea how any of this is going to go or how anyone is going to perform. So if we take a look at the My Squadron side, we have Plural Boink in his F-18, Muazar, I don't know how to pronounce that, in his F-18 leading the way in a 2-ship, and then a trailing 2-ship of Dynasty and Moody Rider, F-14 and J-11. If we jump over and take a look at the TFS81 side, we again have 2 F-18s leading the way with Rook and Sky Shike. Sky, I've talked to you. I'm going to call you Sky. That's just easier. And they may have had a disconnect. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So I think they may have had a disconnect in their F-14, or are we just not able to see it? Nope. Their F-14 disconnected. So that is rather unfortunate. That is not a good start for TFS81. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you go in a man down, you are at a disadvantage, and it is much more difficult to win. Just bringing my madnisms, bringing my A game here. So, first casualty, F-14. It's a little bit of a problem. I was excited to see the F-14 on the TFS81 side, but we do have 3 Hornets, so no F-16s, no JF-17s. We do have a flanker and an F-14 on the My side, so we do have some different aircraft coming in here, but first casualty, no bueno. Never a good thing. So let's zoom in here, see how these guys are going to get on. I'm going to change to some ingress music, and we'll get this party started. How was everybody's weekend? 4th of July for us Americans. My area of the world out here in my little spot in Gardner, Kansas is it's a war zone. It's always crazy. There's so much going on in my little neck of the woods. There's so many fireworks being launched that it's really difficult to see the other side of the street because there's so much smoke and stuff in the air. You can smell fireworks. When we get up in the morning, our cars are just covered in debris. My wife got hit multiple times by expended shells and stuff that were falling from the air. So it is what it is. But, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. We don't do a whole lot out here. My family in particular, we just sat out and watched everything. Everybody else can spend the money, and we just sit back and watch everybody else's money go up in smoke and explode in the air. But good time. It's a good time. My dogs, I got 3 dogs. They're okay with everything. Nobody freaks out. My daughter, who's a year and a half, last year slept through it. This year didn't really like it very much and wouldn't wear headphones. But how was everybody else's weekend? Zur, I heard Cali, especially Los Angeles, I've seen the pictures, was a little bit crazy. It was really crazy, actually. Watching Moose and Plural coming in here, and their F-18 leading the way for My Squadron. Jump over and take a look at Seagull. Turn the volumes down a smidge. I don't want to break any eardrums. Now riding along with Dynasty and his F-14. We haven't seen an F-14 this year. I don't know what the weapon restrictions are. We're going to see them as soon as the missiles come off, but maybe 120Cs, maybe 120Bs. Depending on that, we may see some Mark 47s, or we may see some C or Mark 60 variants. So we're going to have to see how this goes on. I don't know who Dynasty's Rio is. So whoever your Dynasty, whoever your Rio is, shout outs to you. You are the soldier unknown. We salute you. Ralstead. Separation between the two teams is down to 46 miles, so we may start to see the first weapons come off. And it looks like we're on the A variant of weapon restrictions, because if we look at the F-14 here, we can see that it's an AIM 54C. If those markings are indeed valid and not just shared across all of the aircraft. He is over Mach 1, so that's why we're not hearing anything, because we're in front of the intake. So if we were to grab him and move back, we would hear everything. But since we're in front of the intakes and the sound is trailing us and we're outrunning it, we're not going to hear any audio. But this is an AIM 54C, so this is the A variant, and there went the first missile. Let's see if we can grab it as it takes off. Come on now. Come on now. Come on, camera. Give it to me, baby. He's not going to give it to me. He's not going to give it to me. So we're just going to see it as it flies off. And it's actually, that was a Mark 47, so I guess they're shared? The markings are shared? Game says that's a Mark 47, and I'm going to trust the game over what the liveries and stuff for the weapons give me. So a little bit unfortunate, but that they don't match up. But if we look at the map, they are indeed Mark 47s, so AIM 54A Mark 47s. And Sky may be in a bit of trouble, as he's got an AIM 54 bearing down on him from 16,000 feet. Coming up, it's pretty slow, Mach 1, so if we jump into his viewpoint. And guys, let me know about the FPS if it's... Ooh, we're dipping. We're dipping. So I'm going to put this up here and see if we can get rid of the dip. We did get rid of the dip. Okay. So I think that AIM 54 is barely going to miss him. If we jump and see, can we see him? Can we see it? Nah, we can't see it back there. It already passed him. So that AIM 54 is toast. But the one up to the north did hit its target. So we missed that one, watching the one miss Sky down here. But the other compadre for TFS81 got smacked in the face with a Mark 47. So early first casualty for the TFS81 side. 120Bs coming out from Moo. I'm going to call you Moo. You're forever now known as Moo. That is your name now. Some of these harder names, I gotta roll with it. We gotta go with something, and I'm Moo. So there's the pitbull warning coming in from that 120 on the right. There it is, 5 miles away. That's not gonna have the energy to be able to stay with him. There's no way. 3.5 miles. It's going to be bleeding energy as it comes in here. I don't think I'm going to be eating my words. It's getting closer, but as it gets closer, it's going to try and pull more and more lead pursuit, and it's just going to fall behind as it runs out of energy. Closure rate slowing down. Under 1 mile now, and now it's really pulling to try and stay with Sky, and it's totally out of energy. So that missile is trashed. We've got another 120 up here, headlong against Seagull. Can we see it? No, do not see the one against Seagull, so that's not going to be a factor, and he's already turned away. So unfortunately, we had an early disconnect on the TFS81 side, so that resulted in an early casualty for the F-14, and then we had a really early hit with a Mark 47 when they were ingressing in before their first pass, and that resulted in the second casualty. So we're down to a 4v2 with my squadron leading the way. Moody Rider now ingressing against Seagull. That is not what we wanted. Still, the J11 has some different camera angles. I forget that the Flaming Cliffs aircraft, that you look backwards when you hit F4 camera view. So 10-mile separation is my squadron's Moody Rider. Well, no, that's not 10 miles. Moody Rider is already turned away. And now we've got a possible second person in trouble, or third person in trouble, as that Mark 47 comes in on its target 3 miles away. Is he going to be able to line of sight it? I think he's going to. You got to get lower. You got to get lower. That Mark 47 definitely still sees you, and you're just nonchalantly not doing anything. Oh, no, and it hits you like a freight train, Sky. You got to line of sight that. Not aggressive enough. That is unfortunate. Pitbull warning all the way. You got to line of sight that, and my squadron ruling the skies. Oofskis, as Urutaro Man says. 4v1 now in a quick turn of events. This match just got going, and my squadron has taken the gloves off. So we can see their markings back there. Looking from Seagull's point of view into my squadron. Now if we grab Moo's point of view here. So Moo launched an AIM-7. Little strange. Still burning. They got a long burn time. It's 8 miles. I think he put that AIM-7 on to Seagull to just keep him defensive. So Seagull's out there. You can see his dot indicator since we got full labels on at 8 miles. Moo is closing a bit, so Moo does have a bit more speed. He's at, nope, they're about equal speed, 550 knots. And Seagull has now line of sighted him. So let's take a look now at the overall picture. Moo is leading the way for my squadron, followed by Plural, Moody Rider, and Dynasty down here to the south. So 2 F-18s are leading the way. Oh, no! Is Moozer going to eat a friendly 120, or did that fly over his head? That flew over his head. I got a little... Ooh, okay, there it goes. We just saw it fly over Moozer's head. And I got a little worried there that Moo was going to be in a bit of trouble and get fratricided by a friendly 120. So, Dynasty's at 33,000 feet. I would have liked to see Dynasty really keep the press. He's still got an AIM-54 left. It's kind of strange that he's breaking off. Maybe he's headed home because they're worried about the fuel. Maybe people have stayed in gate for a long period of time and they're worried about fuel, so he's just headed back to Sanaki. Let's jump back and look at the overarching view. So Seagull's getting run down by Moo. I'm going to set the viewpoint now from Moo. So here's Moo's point of view now. I don't see Seagull out in front of him. Yeah, I do. He's down low. So you can see Seagull's markings down low, and a right-hand turn just went behind the mountain. So that AIM-7 and Moo's radar got line of sighted going into that. See if we can keep Moo's point of view in here. So coming over the hill, we can see Seagull now low in the valley, now in a right-hand turn again, line of sighting Moo once more. So Seagull is just in full-on run mode. Getting low, line of sighting these missiles and radars behind these mountains, but when you stay low like this, you don't give yourself an opportunity to really go anywhere. And now, Moo, since Seagull is having to defend all the time and make these turns, Moo is able to close a bit. We got AIM-7s constantly coming in at Seagull. And we're going to jump over here and take a look at Seagull's point of view and go in the trail. Seagull's launched a missile. I don't think it's at anyone. We can see the missiles closing. 120 coming in on the left side, and one came in from the top, and Seagull just gets run down and gangbanged by a gaggle of adversaries behind him, and they're still shooting at him. No wings, no vertical stabilizers, no rear stabs. Siegel has nothing left. He is a pencil falling to the earth like a kindergartner dropping it off his desk. No cares in the world, plummeting to his doom, smacking into the ground, and we all know, once you hit the ground, there's no coming back. Ground undefeated, undisputed champion of the world. Oh, wrong screen. Still getting used to it, Yambo. I got to remember that I need to look at what OBS is showcasing. Damn it. It's my first mistake of the day. I'm sure there'll be another one. But my squadron gaggles the hell out of TFS81. And I'm going to chalk a little bit of that up to TFS81 losing that F14 early. You know, they came into that fight 3v4. They lost another one early to an AIM-54. We didn't see that one because we were watching, I think it was Siegel or somebody else defend and causing an AIM-54 to miss. But unfortunately, the guy that got hit wasn't as lucky. Moo's RTB at this point. I think they're going to make him RTB. And this gives me a good time to ask chat, what did you think about that? I mean, what were your guys' inclinations on what TFS81 could have done better? That's kind of a weird song. What do you guys think that TFS81 could have done a bit better in order to come out on top in that fight? Now watching over the shoulder of Dynasty, looking at three friendly F-18s down to his lower left. His 8 o'clock low. Jumping back to Moo, watching the rejoin with him, Moody Rider, and Plural. Yeah, Hero, don't lose the F-14. That was a little... That sucked. Urotara, man, there is a J-11 in the mix, so we've got 2 F-18s, a J-11, and an F-14 for the My Squadron side. I didn't see the J-11 really do anything. I didn't see any Russian missiles come off his rails. I don't know that he shot. Yambo says the biggest thing needs to happen is the better defense from AIM-54s. Yeah, you gotta be... They had 2 guys die. The Tomcat got 2 kills, which is unfortunate. You gotta be aggressive when you're defending those AIM-54s. You gotta make sure you're either gonna line of sight them or that you're going to be able to notch them. They're not hard to notch, but you have to commit. You can't just lollygag around because the AIM-54 is going to maintain its energy state. And if you're just lolling around, that thing's going to run you down and put one up the pooper, and you're going to fly into the ground. We all know that's what's going to happen. That's going to happen. And that did happen. So I'm chalking this up really to a lackadaisical defense on the AIM-54s, exactly like Urotara Man said. Oh, Yambo, yeah. Hindsight is always 20/20. It's very easy for us to judge in this particular viewpoint. I mean, we have God's view. We can't see what they're doing. We're not dealing with any of the stress. It's so easy for us to judge. So easy for us to judge. TFS81 says the DCS bugs come to play. Man, that's one thing, DCS. It's like you're battling yourself, you're battling your opposition, and you're also battling the sim, which is unfortunate. It's something we've always had to contend with, though. Yambo says, once in combat, your spot must be spot on. In some cases, it's not 100%. Are you talking about target spotting? DCS target spotting over the past couple months has gotten better. They did make some changes to make it easier to spot targets, so I am happy about that. 54 spotting. What do you mean 54 spotting? My wife and son and daughter went out to pick blueberries today, and she just sent me a funny picture, and she says it's insanely hot. Insanely hot. Yeah, Rag, you gotta watch for those initial launch trails. You have to. If you don't, you're gonna die. Let's take a look and see where everybody is in reference to their RTB positions here at Sanaki. So it looks like Moody Rider's leading the way. He's got his lights on, brakes coming out. Looks like they're going to do a straight-in approach coming in here into Sanaki. So we'll ride along with Moody Rider, see if how he does at putting it down. Gambo, you can see the trails from a long way away. However, I really wish that DCS, and supposedly this is something that they're working on, I really wish you could modify how far away you could see contrails, because in real life you can see contrails from God knows how far away, and I really hate the pop-in effect that you run into with the field of view inside of DCS, whereas if you're looking at the edge of your screen due to the field of view, you end up having the contrails pop in, and then if you look back to the center, they fade away, or if they pass a certain distance, they pop in, and it just makes it really difficult as missiles start to get longer and longer range to be able to see when the missiles are actually launched. So I really hope sooner than later, I'm really hoping next patch, I really hope that soon those contrails and stuff are going to be able to be seen at a user-defined distance. You used to be able to define all of this stuff before they instituted IC, so I had contrails, you could see them forever away. It does impact your PC performance because obviously it's rendering more things, but I really hope that they do fix that, especially for things like the Phoenix, and as the 120 gets better, and as we see different missiles and stuff come out, I think it's really important that this stuff gets fixed. Oh, Zero, yeah. Yeah, it totally opens up a lot of options when you're able to see people from a long way, because you're, like you just said, you're drawn to things that you can see. I'm not entirely sure where Moody Rider's going. He's not even over the runway. A little concerning. He's coming back now. Maybe he was just giving Plural some space. A little concerning there. But they both are able to put down, and the J11 with its drag chute and good brakes, man, that thing will break in no problem. See if we can grab the F-14 as he puts down. So F-14 now coming in. See what his landing's like, how butter smooth it is. And it looks like Alpha Whiskey was just able to finish the supercut, so I'm getting that stuff ready to go. We will jump to see that shortly after this airs. Looks like F-14 is going to put down nice. Very nice. Drag that in there. Okay. And we got one more coming in here. So let's see if we can grab from this point of view. See if we can see Moo. So there's Moo coming in over Sanaki. He's a few miles out still. 2.5 miles. Grab this. Okay. And the supercut is ready to go. So we're just waiting on Moo to put down, see how he puts down, and then we'll jump. I'll get the next round ready. We'll go over the TAC view the supercut while I'm going and getting everything ready to go. And we will be on to round 2 here momentarily. So Moo coming in his F-18. Bets on how he's going to put it down. Butter smooth or hard as a rock? What do you guys think? Yambo, yeah, maybe, but you know, it is what it is. I'd rather have the options than curtail and limit everything to the lower end spec. I mean, look at what most of the other games do with higher NPCs. Yeah, it's a little bit of a disadvantage, but they're able to render more grass and they're able to render more things than low NPCs are. So it is what it is, but I'd rather have the option. That was a pretty good landing by Moo coming in here as F-18. I always struggled at landing the F-18, but he seemed to do pretty well. And that's it. Track over. My squadron takes it pretty easily, 1-0. Or they lead now 1-0. So congratulations to my squadron for really taking it to TFS81 in that round 1. I'm going to send you guys now to Alpha Whiskey Supercut. I have not watched this yet. He says it's a good one. I believe him. Probably a pretty good one. Camera focus is supposedly pretty butt. It does look a little weird. Why is it doing that? I swear to God, DCS. Sometimes. There. I don't know why I did that. It's fixed now. Oh, you don't need to apologize to me. I'm just complaining. You guys are supposed to be the ones complaining. You need the perfect experience. But now, look at it. Crystal clear, ugly face. Crystal clear, ugly face. I mean, look at that. I always wonder when I'm wearing my Thrustmaster hat in public, and you guys can see all the dog hair on it. When I'm wearing my Thrustmaster hat in public, what people think when they see Thrustmaster. Like, is that a sexual innuendo? I'm the Thrustmaster? Or what does that mean to most people? When I was with them at PAX East, everybody wanted the Thrustmaster sunglasses and stuff because they were Thrustmaster. Thrustmaster. Ah, yeah. So people wanted it for that particular purpose, but, you know, what do people think? I don't know. I know what it means. What do others think? No idea. Probably make that face like, what's wrong with that guy? Saying he's a Thrustmaster. Anyway, guys, I'm going to send you to the supercut. Enjoy. Alpha Whiskey again says it's an awesome one. I'm going to get the TAC view and the next round set up and ready to go. And I'll see you guys back here after this awesome awesomeness provided by yours truly, Alpha Whiskey. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. He didn't have time to put in the overall logos and everything, so like the Thrustmaster stuff, the ending logos and stuff, because he was on it's on crunch time. Get that stuff done. But that looked pretty good from what I saw while I was getting everything else set up. So I'm just getting everything finished for the next round so we can just jump into it. So just give me a minute as I fast forward things and make sure that everything's in the correct place for this next round. And you guys can enjoy the awesome retro wave tunes that we got going here on this DCS World Event stream. I do like me some retro wave. We were in it before it really went mainstream. We're trendsetters because we're awesome. Let this get a little closer. All right. That's ready to go. Let's go ahead and jump into the TAC view and break this round down. Grab TAC view round 1. Fast forward a little bit. There we go. And let's jump into this and see how everything went down. Let's see what happened to that first AIM 54 casualty. Okay. I'm going to make sure that, yep, you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. TAC view. And I promise next time for Thursday's stream, I'm going to have the live TAC views and stuff ready to go. I've been slacking, guys. I've been dealing with some drama inside of SATAL. Some teams are not happy. People need to check their egos sometimes. It's just fun. Have fun with it. Have fun with SATAL. Have fun with DCS. Just roll with it. Don't let other people get under your skin. Just roll with it. Roll with it. Some people don't like to do that. But to each their own. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Fast forward a little bit. Separation between these two guys as Dynasty leads the way and Sky leads the way for the TFS81 side. So there goes the first AIM 54. Again, TFS81 suffered an initial casualty. Their F-14 suffered a disconnect. So that's why they only have 3 aircraft. My squadron had a very, very long-range kill via internet. Sent those packets of death and took out the F-14. So first AIM 54 gets sent off on Sky. Sky does a bit better at defending it. So Sky is at 5,000 feet. He's already low in the mountains. But Rook, who's the 18 up here, is at 20,000 feet. Guys, AIM 54, 20,000 feet, not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. You're allowing the missile to have more energy for a longer period of time because engines perform better at higher altitude. There's less friction up there too. So he's still at 20,000 feet. Now he's like, oh, I better start defending. I better start descending. And he's not descending very fast. Not descending very fast. Look how slow he's descending. This is bad. This is very bad. Still at 12,000 feet. And that missile's still at Mach 2.2. And it eats his face for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. I didn't say those in order, but it doesn't matter. because he doesn't have a face. It's gone. It was smashed by a big, heavy missile going Mach 2.2 because he was still at 20,000 feet when he got the pitbull warning. Bad idea. If you are that high, you better be going straight mother trucking down. Straight down. Or you are going to die. Exactly like Rook did. You better be in a vertical notch, balls to the wall, full gate, going straight mother trucking down, or you're going to die. Or, as Rob C said, if you notch. When you're that high, yeah, maybe. But you could vertically notch. I'd rather vertically notch, in all honesty. Yeah, Robski, if it's desynced, but the desync shouldn't play that much of a factor in that. You're not necessarily able to notch it, but it does sometimes, and that's why a lot of times I just like to turn around and run away. No. Foxtrot, I don't know. I don't know much about TAC view. How do I turn that off? Tell me. Enlighten me, and I will turn it off. Is it in options? There is always the chance, Robski, for sure. But that's why I typically will either try and line of sight them or just not screw with them. And as soon as I see them launched, I just turn away. They're not... A Phoenix is not worth messing with because if you get things wrong, you're dead. Because the missile's going to have enough energy by the time it gets to you most times that if you screw up, it's going to eat your face. Like we saw it do to Rook. Anyway, let's carry on. So now 2 pilots remaining for TFS81, 4 pilots remaining for my squadron. Third AIM-54 coming out from Dynasty. So Dynasty and his F-14 is just ruling the roost. Missiles at Mach 4, 23,000 feet. Dynasty, when he launched it, was pretty high. He was at like 30, 40,000 feet. So that missile's going to maintain its energy state quite well. And let's pause this here. Let's back this up slightly. And let's take a look. See if we can get in here. And let's take a look at altitudes here. So we can see, taking a look at some altitude disparity. Let's get lower. So you can see how altitude drastically affects launch. Dynasty launched that from like 40,000 feet. If you launched it lower, that missile was probably going to get line of sighted. Granted, Sky didn't do a very good job of trying to line of sight that missile. So if we play this, he's not low enough to effectively line of sight any of this stuff. You got to be like riding the treetops. Riding the treetops. And he's trying to line of sight it. No. Hills weren't tall enough. He was just kind of in the wrong place. And now I'm learning that Yambo says if you double click an aircraft, it'll follow it. Well, that's good to know. I'm learning. Chad is teaching me. Teaching Moltar moments. So that, again, is a benefit of launching a missile from really high. It's able to look down, see over all the obstacles exactly like your radar can, and just pwn them in the butt. Hero maybe, but that's part of flying at the competitive level is you have to find a way to be able to make that happen. You have to find a way to win. And the way to win is to be able to overcome things that have happened in the match. If you're not able to overcome, you're going to be on the receiving end of the gangbangings that we've seen these AIM-54s perform, which is unfortunate. You got to overcome this stuff. And it's really important to be cognizant with your head out of the cockpit and not just... And I don't know what these guys were doing. Again, hindsight is 20/20. I have no idea what anybody was doing. Macon, wake up! I have no idea what these guys were doing, but you got to make sure your eyes are out of the cockpit and looking for those missile launches. So Seagull is now the only man remaining. 120 coming on him. He goes defensive, and now everybody finds him, pursues him. They keep launching missiles on him. He doesn't know if this is an AIM-7, an AIM-54. I guess you could tell if it's an AIM-54 because an AIM-54 will show up as an unknown. But he doesn't know if it's an AIM-7 or a 120, so he's defending it, and they're launching him at him to keep him defensive so they can close. So there goes another 120. I'm a little worried about this 120. That could have found Moo. And Moo could have been dead. That flew right over him. That I don't know that I don't like that 120 launch. That could have been bad. That could have been really bad. But they continue to close. Dynasty turns around, and I guess they just sent him home. Or he was trying to cut off the egress. That sounds like a more likely solution. They were sending him back here to try and cut off the egress coming from Seagull, because then he recommits and he's in a really good flanking position. So if we grab Seagull and we switch to this view and we change here, trying to get some altitude changes, and now he's just in a world of trouble. Missiles coming from all over the place. Dynasty's out in front of him, flying high with the AIM-54 bus, and Seagull, AIM-7s, AIM-120s, another oh, there's an ET. There's ETs. So Moody Rider's like, I want to get in on the action, and just launches a bunch of missiles. Well, Hero, it's like that meme that you see every once in a while with the little girl surrounded by a bunch of big guys. That's exactly what happened here. Seagull was the little girl. Not little girl, but like woman. And my squadron was the guy standing behind the couch. And yes, guys, this stream is marked adult only, not for children. Just be aware. Yeah, Robski, it is interesting. I don't know why they went that route, but you know, it's their choice. So it ended up working for them. But anyway, let's jump back to the studio, and then we'll move on to round 2, where my squadron leads TFS81 1-0. All right, so we jump back. Make sure I'm rewound and ready to go. Make sure the tracks are ready so I don't accidentally hit a button and then I'm fast forwarding while I'm just want to be playing. So 11, 21. And last time we watched my squadron depart, so we're going to watch TFS 81 this time. Let me set up the camera. Okay. Just getting things ready to go. Okay. All right, guys, let's jump into the action, see what's gonna go, and see how these guys are gonna get it on. Here we go. TFS 81 sitting lined up on the runway. Are they going to be able to take 4 aircraft this time? That is the question on everybody's minds. Robski, J11, even with the BI, take the new 120s over the ET. Oh, definitely. 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 The J11 and the flanker, they're on a lagging road. They're in trouble. You know, people are always like, oh, the ET needs a buff. Dude, the ET and all of the other weapons, those are 80s missiles. You're trying to compare 80s weapons and an 80s weapons platform to aircraft and missiles that were designed in the late to early 21st century. It's not going to happen. That's not a good idea. And I don't know what Kool-Aid people are drinking in that they think an 80s weapon is going to equal something that came out 20 to 30 years later. It's not going to work. Yeah, the Phoenix is kind of one of those things, but the Phoenix is really easy to notch. And the Phoenix was stupid expensive. Stupid expensive when it came out. It was designed and tested in the 80s, but that was the 120A, right? Right? And if it was designed and tested in the 80s, when do you think the ET was designed and tested? Probably late 70s? And then we never got a new variant of the ET and ER, like we did the 120. I mean, the 120C came out in the late 90s, I think it was. So maybe they'll be able to take a match against the 120B, maybe, but I don't know. Nope. I guess nobody's close enough to Seagull to be able to grab him in F5 view. And this is just my thoughts, guys. By no means am I the all-knowing wonder that is DCS. This is just my thoughts coming into this, what I think in the DCS ecosystem, and that there's probably not going to be a comparison between the 80s Russian missiles and the late fielded missiles that we have for the NATO stuff in DCS. Now, if we had like the EA or the EP or something, that's definitely possible. Captain Jack, there's actually a lot of testimony that the ER and ET were 80s missiles and not 90s. But again, nobody knows. It's all just documents of questionable origin, because nobody's going to tell you this stuff, right? Nobody's going to actually come out and tell you missile performances. That's all classified. So I'm just going to pull stuff out of my butt and wipe it all over the screen so you guys can see it. Watching these guys ingress. Retardment. I have no idea. I have no idea. Do these guys have fuel tanks? Bullets pointing stuff out. Where are their fuel tanks? All the missiles and no fuel tanks. Did they just take a single tank here? What a... What's going on there? Let's look at TFS81. Do they have tanks? If we look at TFS81, they have tanks, but less missiles. So my squadron is taking all the missiles with, looks like 6 actives, 2 AIM-7s, and 2 AIM-9s, while if we look at the TFS side, they're taking 6 actives, 2 tanks, and 2 AIM-9s. Robski, that's a good point. Okay. Yambo, yeah, that would be nice if they did put that stuff in. I just, performance-wise, I don't know that it's ever going to be equal to the 120. I'm hoping it does to make the flanker more competitive, but I just... Part of me thinks that it's actually, when ED gets done with it, that it's going to get worse. That's just... Nothing against ED. I'm just... They're going to say their interpretation of the data shows that the ET and the ER were overperforming. That's just, I'm going to laugh if that's the case. And that by no, I want the ET and the ER to be better so they're more competitive so the flanker stays a thing. I want that to happen so that we have more valid and flyable Red 4 aircraft. Definitely want that to happen. But who knows if that's going to be a thing. Looking back, Jaster, 501st, drops the 7-month sub. Much appreciated, brother. Did I miss anything else? A couple follows. Aegis Captain rated with a party of 13. Thank you. So thanks for the subs, guys. Be watching for the update coming before next stream for Patreon for the live TAC views for these streams, as long as I can get it working. Excuse me. So let's take a look and see how all of this is going down. Separation between the two teams is down to, 40 miles. So first 120 or one AIM-54 shot. There it goes as I start talking about it. First AIM-54. If we jump to the other view, you can see it taking off from Banana's aircraft. Looks like they changed who's flying the F-14. Oh, this is the TFS81's F-14, so a little bit different. So this isn't the they change aircraft? No, they had 2 F-14s. One disconnected and then one died. That's right. I think that's right. No, they still only have 1. Never mind. I'm spouting nonsense. Spouting nonsense. Okay, so there goes the AIM-54s, 2 of them, so he's got 2 left. Let's see what the F-14's carrying. So the F-14 is carrying... 5 AIM-54s? Oh, that's a 120. God, I am all messed up. I am all messed up. So 2 AIM-54s coming in from Dynasty. They do a much better job of defending those. Banana's already at 4,000 feet getting low. Seagull is at 5,000 feet. Seagull's in a bit of trouble. Where are those missiles? Where are they? There it is. 1 mile. 1.1 miles. Does it have the energy to go through final terminal guidance? Does it? No. It missed him. Flew over the top. So that missile's trashed. So much better defense shown by the TFS81 guys in this particular instance of defending those AIM-54s. Still 4 pilots remaining for both sides. No early casualties. Much better showcase coming from both teams, or not both teams, but TFS81 in particular. Much better showcase. Let's grab Seagull as he ingresses now low. I'd like to see him climbing in his Hornet. When you stay this low right over the mountaintops, you're giving away all of your situational awareness and ability, frankly, to maneuver and get away and build up speed and energy, converting that energy or altitude into energy to be able to get out of a sticky situation. So when you're ingressing like this and you've got some time and you've got some room to ingress, climb, guys, climb. Don't just sit low unless you're really trying to be sneaky. But with 4-on-4, it's not worth it. It ain't worth it. My squadron's Moody Rider, on the flip side of this, Moody Rider likes to fly low. Let's see what he's got going on. So Moody Rider loves to fly low. See him on Growling Sidewinder all the time. Always flying low. Well, I see him high sometimes. He can fly other aircraft, but loves his J-11. So he's flying low. I'm assuming he sees Seagull on the other side of this hill. So let's jump over and see. He's separated from Seagull by 16 miles, but he's flying low, coming over the tall peaks. And I'm going to assume that he sees Seagull on his data link. So if we jump over and see him again, can we see Seagull anywhere? Not yet. Where are they? So Moody Rider's now turning around. Guess he got a little scared, shaking in his boots, didn't like the picture. 120 coming from Seagull onto Moody Rider. Don't see that 120. That 120 is probably going to get line of sighted, because if we look at how low Seagull is, look how low Seagull is. I mean, Seagull is like really low. Really, really, really low. So that 120, yeah. Oh, it made it over the mountaintop, so it probably got lofted a little bit, or it wasn't on Moody Rider. Let's jump back in and watch Moody Rider. He's just flying over those mountaintops like the Moody Rider likes to do. Moody Rider, the mountain rider. There goes an ET onto somebody. Who's that ET on? That ET is on... Sorry, guys, you missed that. That ET is on Bananas. And now a 120 coming from Seagull. That is a much better 120. Is it going to get line of sighted? Don't know, don't know, don't know. I'm going to assume so. No. And J11's like, I give no fucks. I give no shits. I keep flying, baby. And he's just still going. So Moody Rider got hit. And DCS God says, he lives! So he's still alive. I don't even know that he knows he got hit. That is an unfortunate case. That is an unfortunate case. So TFS81 in chat, I now know what you're talking about. Moody Rider is now pressing up the valley. Seagull's going to fly right in front of him. We're paying special close attention to this because Moody Rider is in here. He actually got one. No, he didn't. The ET didn't hit anybody because the sky's way up to the north. So Moody Rider is in deep behind enemy lines, seeing if he can make things happen. Let's jump in and see. He could probably see people on data link. Can we see anybody? So there's Seagull right in front of him. Did he pick him up? He is within gangbang range. There goes the ET on Seagull's left flank. and pop goes the Seagull. Seagull demolished, bamboozled. He is down for the count. F-18 not stalling strong like the Moody Rider of old. NATO aircraft insignificant, inferior to Stalin metal. Just can't happen. 120 and AIM-54 going at it towards Banana. Banana's now in trouble. Multiple missiles coming in on Banana. Moody Rider, is he making a show of people? And he demolishes Banana. That Banana is no longer ripe. It is rotten. Thrown out on the ground and stomped. Moody Rider whipped out his boots, stomped on the rotten Banana, and Banana is done. And just like that, it is 4v1. Moody Rider went off. The Moody Rider riding into action. Moody Rider, the Booty Rider, got really excited and closed the deal. He saw the girl and was able to close it. Didn't get cold feet and walk away. He was like, you know what? I'm going to ask her out. And that's exactly what he did. Moody Rider, the Booty Rider, made it happen. Now Rook in his F-18 trying to chase down Moody Rider, but I don't know if you guys know this. F-18 not going to chase down a J-11. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. And now Rook, the last man remaining, has Moo bearing down on him in his F-18. But I'd like to see Moo higher in this particular case. He's really low. His situational awareness is butt. That's trouble. But he sees him on data link. 1 mile, multiple missiles off the rail. 120 smashes Rook in the face. Is Rook dead? Rook is dead. And he plummets to the ground undefeated champion of the world. And Moody Rider and the My Squadron compadres take it. Not losing a pilot. That is true, imagination. The ladders were a little weird. Oh, Robski. Ground definitely needs to be nerfed. Ground OP as hell. Not fair. Yeah, Mo says 120BX. Dude, the new 120s are baller. They are so good. So good. So good. They can turn like nobody's business. I mean, the ability of the new 120s to maneuver, especially the C. The C didn't used to be that great at turning, but now, man, launching those at some close range, it sees you, and it's like homes in on the booty, right? It sees the booty, and then it homes in on the booty, and it can't get away from it. You cannot get away from the booty homing 120C, especially when it's launched by somebody, even though he's not in a NATO aircraft. But the booty homing of the ET, that's a heat-seeking booty missile that Moody Rider had. And it did some heat-seeking booty finding. So Moody Rider, the booty finder, led that last round in a very, very, very impressive way. Yeah, Rutar, man, you can launch 120s will home in on other missiles, for sure. Loudness. What'd you guys think of that round? That was baller. Moody Rider came back from doing a whole lot of nothing to doing a whole lot of everything. I mean, look at this guy. Look at that guy. He's like, I know I'm awesome in my baby blue cockpit. That's why I won. I'm conditioned to this blue awesomeness that is my cockpit to just seek out the booty and destroy it. And that's exactly what he did. The flanker did a lot of damage, but he got hit by a missile and didn't take any damage. So in TFS81, they got bamboozled by DCS. But unfortunately, the bamboozling of DCS can happen to anybody. and happens to people frequently. So, unfortunately, you just got to roll with the bamboozlement. And Moody Rider, I don't even know that Moody Rider knew he got hit. But hats off to TFS81 because Moody Rider got hit by a missile and then just didn't care. Did not care at all. Said, what missile? Shrugs it off. Lifting too many weights in the room. He's Chad. Moody Rider is the Chad J11. Just don't care. Shrugs it off. Keeps going, pumping that iron. Except instead of pumping iron, he was throwing iron at the other non-Chads in his vicinity. You think so? Maybe, because, man, there's been times where I get hit by missiles in DCS and I don't take damage at all. So maybe that's just the netcode where the missile got trashed and I get hit by something and it doesn't do anything. You may be right, Robski, but there's been times where because you trashed it. Ah, okay. Interesting. Good to know. So he trashed it. But, well, at least, even if that's true or not, that's what I'm going to roll with, Robski. I am going to believe you that is the case, and it is no longer the damage model. Yeah, the magic data link is a little poopy. Kind of weird on the flanker where they can see through mountains and stuff. Unlike the NATO aircraft, where line of sight seems to affect them a lot more. The flanker it's like what mountain? What hill? Stalin technology. Do not care. We shoot things through mountains. Or shoot P2P through mountains. Nah. Hey, the NATO P2P stuff, it works decently well. I don't have a problem with it in the F-16. I like how it's modeled. It's just having flown the flanker for several thousand hours, it's an adjustment to fly in the hills and lose everybody. And then to have to deal with the timeouts on the data link where you think you can still see somebody and they're still kind of moving, but in actuality it's a ghost contact and you can't see them anymore. Call sign, is it really? I find that kind of hard to believe that the Mirage sees through mountains. It used to. I think a while ago. There's Mazda. Ah, okay. That's good to know. Robski's like my guy that informs me on everything that I'm wrong about. He's like my fact checker in the background, except he does it live during chat to make me look bad. I don't really care. You don't make me look bad. He's just like my live fact checker. It's like, Moltar, you're wrong. It's like I'm Trump and you're everybody else just telling me when I'm wrong and I'm just choosing not to listen to you. Fake news, exactly. Robski's just full of fake news. Full of it. But I don't think we're going to have any problems with the My Squadron guys putting down here at Mozdok. I'm pretty sure this is Mozdok. Yeah, it's Mozdok. Putting down here at Mozdok. Think they're going to be fine. But My Squadron, man. Taking it to them. Moody Rider. Chadding up the place. Zacatech, that's probably a good idea. I mean, I am so full of shit a lot of times that I don't even know why people listen to me. Don't even know. See, imagination's got it right. He doesn't even hear somebody talking. You don't need to threaten me with a good time roundabout. I'm always having a good time. Not really. DCS drama, SATAL drama. Man, SATAL drama stresses me the hell out. Dealing with teams and drama, it's like herding cats and disciplining my 9-year-old and 10-year-old. I don't get it. I don't get it. Nobody has any skin in the game. Nobody pays to compete in SATAL. I realize that I do fuck up, right? I do screw up and I make the wrong decision sometimes. That people are like, oh, why'd you do that, Moltar? Why are you screwing with our lives? That's a horrible decision. And in hindsight, it may be a horrible decision, but my mind's in the right spot. I'm trying to make things better for people. You know, I'm trying to be nice, but I get ultimatums like, you know what, Moltar, you can bend over and take it, or we're leaving to go with Rochelle or something like that. And it stresses me out. And my wife looks at me like, why do you do this? I'm like, because I like DCS, and I want to give people a place to play. Is the stream lagging? Or is everything nice and smooth for you guys? Looks good to you. Okay. Well, I won't worry about it. Good. Yeah, Robski, it does happen, but it's like those issues, things spread like wildfire, right? When it's like, how can I put this? It's like Facebook fake news. Even though it's fake and people don't understand it, if somebody can more easily grasp the fake, they're going to digest it, and that's what they're probably going to choose to believe, right? So I know I've fallen victim to that in DCS with weapon performance or bugs and stuff like that, because I didn't completely grasp the situation and I'm making assumptions based on something that I don't totally understand. So everybody's guilty to it, but I think that is what results in a lot of the things that we end up seeing. Roundabout, no. I'm not saying people are assholes, but yes, people are buttholes. Imagination to form says I'm a whole ass. They're half an ass. I'd rather be a whole asshole than half an asshole. Can you imagine being like half of a brown star? That sounds like more of an insult than calling somebody an asshole. That sounds like a horrible band name. It does, doesn't it? I'm waiting. Half a brown. Oh my god. Oh man. What a thing. What a thing. So we're just waiting for these guys to come in and see if I can zoom in here with the field of view. Let's grab you. Follow Muda Rider in. That's a kind of a cool camera angle right there. J11, Chad J11 leading the way. His groupie F-18s are following him in. And I'm going to guess and say, and I'm not guessing, I'm going to say they all land. And my squadron goes up 2-0. You guys like the new scoreboard where everything's a little bit smaller? Yeah, the FPS dropped there a little bit. I don't know what causes that. I'm running 2 DCS clients at the same time, flipping back and forth. Sometimes it goes and other times it comes back up. So you don't think you've ever turned what? I guess I missed something in chat. Yambo says get rid of labels. I like the labels. It gives people an ability to see who's who. Oh, on the final landing? Yeah, maybe. That's a possibility. All right, well, you guys are watching them taxi. I'm going to grab the tac view here. And we can go look at it and take a look and see how they got on in the tac view. All right, let's flip over to the tac view and see how My Squadron versus TFS round 2 got it on. Here we go. Okay, so this time TFS81's coming out of Sanaki, My Squadron's coming out of Mozdok. How do I turn off the bullseye? There's got to be an option for that. How do I do it? Click the screwdriver in the wrench. Always display. Ha ha! Look at that! Yes! It's gone. I'm so smart. Really, Foxtrot smart. AIM 54 is coming from both sides. TFS81 does a much better job of defending early. I'm going to assume they saw those launches and they were able to defend them. They do a much better job of that this time. Seagull recommits, Banana recommits, nothing going on. My Squadron, plural, and his wingman up here, Amu and Dynasty, in my opinion, you're being a bit too defensive. You don't need to be this defensive. Moody Rider, though, look how aggressive Mother Truckin' Moody Rider is being. Look at this. Look how aggressive this guy's being. Look at this guy. Flying Weeds, ET, Banana sees the ET. There go the flares. He fires a couple. There goes a 54. Gets line of sight at aim 7. Why fire that aim 7? Was that an accident? What's the deal with that? That's not going to do anything. And then Moody Rider recommits. Let's grab Moody Rider and see what he sees from his cockpit view. Let's back up here. So, Seagull's on the other side of this ridge. Moody Rider is trolling. Trucking along. Weeds level. Cruising. He knows Seagull's off to his right at 9,000 feet. I think he's going to roll up right over this hill. Did he almost get team killed? Do I need to back that up and see? So now he's coming in on the flank. There's Seagull. Urslot. Boo! ET comes off the rail. ET smells the booty, finds the booty, and destroys the booty. And then, right over the top, did you see that? Did you see that? Banana is unbelievably lucky. Unbelievably lucky. He must be tunnel visioned on somebody else to not see this. And as Imagination to Form says, Moody Rider in this case is missing the booty call. Doesn't see it. But he rolls over, sees Banana then. R77 comes out and runs him down. That's a really risky maneuver. That is a really, really risky maneuver. So what he does... Let me change camera angles here. Moody Rider, we saw him do this. I didn't know why he did this initially. He goes straight up into the vertical to recommit back on Banana. So he's got Banana on data link, and he's just going to go bloop, and he goes straight up. When he does this then, look how slow he gets. This is bad. You're that slow, 0.3 Mach. Man, if he got seen, he'd be dead. TFS81, you always got to count on somebody recommitting real quick. Oh, you guys thought he was hit. I see. I got you. Did you guys actually see him get hit? Because if you did, that doesn't sound like shooting, you know, desync or whatever. That sounds like something else. Oh, we got to see what happens. So Sky up here. So Sky gets taken out by an AIM-54. How far was that AIM-54? What is that? What is that? 20 miles. AIM-54. Pew! There it goes against Sky. Sky's at 12,000 feet. He's probably just riding right along the top of the mountains. And you... That's your problem, Sky. You're in a left-hand bank! He's not getting that missile warning. His RWR is in a dead spot for that active missile. Recommits. And when he recommits, that AIM-54 is like, hello! And smacks him in the face. Right there. Left-hand bank. You got to be really careful. You got to make sure you roll out every once in a while when you're doing that to make sure that you're getting the missile warnings. Because if you don't, you just stay in that left-hand bank forever, and a missile is coming at you that's over the top of your 9 line. Oh, you dead. Or not your 9 line, your lift vector. Excuse me. Over the top of your lift vector, you're going to die because you're not going to get a warning from it. So now we've got Rook sandwiched with Moo, and Moo just releases the 120X and hits Rook right in the face. But does Rook just not see him? I mean, they're co-altitude. Got to see him on data link. Does he come from low? Oh, he comes from a bit lower, so maybe he was just hidden and Rook didn't see him, but just not aggressive enough. You got to assume that there's going to be people there, and you can't be lackadaisical coming over tops of those hills. But that's it for my Squadron TFS81. And that's really it for me, guys. Huge shout-outs to my Squadron and TFS81. My Squadron really showing it, and I'm giving the MVP to Moody Rider, especially for that round 2. It's a little loud. Well, I turned the mic up just so that you guys can turn the volume down a little bit, but I turned the mic up just so that it was nice and clear. I wanted to make sure that it was picking everything up. I got to turn the gain up a little bit enough so that the mic picks up everything. But just turn the volume down a little bit. Go boop. Turn it down a little bit. But big shout out to both teams. I'm giving the MVP to Moody Rider for his booty riding and booty finding. But well flown by both teams. Congratulations to my Squadron for taking it 2-0 over TFS81. Next match is going to be, let's take a look-see, who flies next. If you guys aren't familiar with any of this or how anything works, you guys can go to splash1gaming.com/SATAL to see the overarching schedules, standings, and everything like that. And our next match is going to be Thursday, number 15 Battle Axe versus ECV56. I think that's a really good match. So make sure you're here Thursday, 1500 Zulu. We should be back on track with the Supercuts by then. But that should be a really, really good match. And then the matchup after that is going to be JG78 versus German Tactical Air Group. And then following that, so that's Saturday. And the next Tuesday is going to be Phoenix Task Force against Grim Reapers. So if you guys don't want to pay attention to anything and you just want to show up to the stream so that you're not aware of anything that's going on, any of the scores, don't go to this website because the scores are posted. I don't look at the scores. I just submit them. Next Tuesday, we're going to have hopefully I keep saying I'm going to do this, but I never end up doing it. Next Thursday, this upcoming Thursday for the next stream, we're going to have hopefully the live TAC views are going to be up. Now, it's going to be behind a very small paywall just because I'm limited to how many live TAC views I can have up at any time. How many people can connect? I think it's 60 something. So I got to put it a little bit behind a little bit of a paywall just so we don't have a bunch of people connecting and people are, out of it. And it's a little bit of a way for me to generate a little bit of funds that I can put back into the stream for different things to make the stream look a little bit better and professional and give back to everybody. Big shout out to the sponsors, Fox Mounts, for his awesome mounts. If you guys need desk mounts, Fox Mount Fox. Check him out on Splash One Gaming Discord or the Hotest Discord or his website. They're the end-all be-all for mounts for virtually anything. TACView, you guys, France doesn't need any introduction. TacView, if you guys don't have TacView, go buy it. TacView is the shit. It is amazing. You guys see what it can do here on the stream. It's awesome. You'll see what it can do with the live TacView if you have the advanced license. It is advanced license. It's only for the live TacView, but it is fantastic. So TacView's awesome. Buddy Fox. If you guys haven't checked out the Buddy Fox A10 UFC, check out buddyfox.com. Links for all of these sponsors are down below. The A10 UFC, the buttons were done by old-time Nokia engineers. If you guys remember the Nokia brick phones and how those buttons felt, oh, it's awesome. I have one. It's one of the best button boxes out there. It's fantastic. So check that out. Wild Weasel Apparel. Billy, I totally forgot to fix your logo. It's still screwed up. But if you guys want aviation apparel, Wild Weasel Apparel is the place for you. He's got tons of options. Billy does a phenomenal job. If you guys don't know, it's Billy Wall Merlin. He runs that, who casts with me. So that's his stuff. If you guys want aviation apparel or fighting aviation, combat aviation apparel, that's the place to get it. And then, of course, Heatblur for the Vigan, the F-14, and contributions to the stream. And frankly, the videos and stuff they put out, second to none. Their modules are always really, really well done. Eagle Dynamics for the awesome sim that we all participated in and love to hate and hate to love. But without them, none of this would exist, and we wouldn't have a combat play supply. Because let's face it, it's not BMS. It better, in my opinion. And then Black Hog. I got a button box coming at some point. It was shipped from overseas with the COVID-19 stuff. It's taken forever. But I can't wait for that. That should be an awesome button box for their contributions to the prize pool. If you guys haven't checked them out, check out blackhog.com. I think that's what the website is. If not, check the link in the description down below, or the panels down below. It's a really cool button box and has really everything for all different kinds of sims. And then Thrustmaster, of course, for everything that they have. If you guys haven't seen their latest announcement, they just released desk mounts and a Airbus mount. And I'm actually looking at using one of those Airbus setups for my setup because it's got like landing gear and a bunch of other stuff. So even for combat, their new stuff, it's on the same level as the T16000M, but I'm looking at picking one of those up for that particular reason. But Hornet Grip's awesome. All of their stuff's awesome. TFS pedals or TPR pedals are by far the best pedals on the market. So if you guys are looking for anything top-notch, check out Thrustmaster.com. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, Thursday, 1500 Zulu, we've got number 15 coming at you against... Who did I say they were coming at you against? I've forgotten already. ECV 56. So number 15 against ECV 56. I think that should be a good match. So until next time, guys, I'm going to send you out with the supercut. Make sure you like and subscribe here and on YouTube so you don't miss any more of those supercuts because Alpha Whiskey is doing an awesome job. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later and fly safe.